Hi and welcome to Capital Mind Premium. This is the best of Capital Mind, which we offer as a subscription. I'm Deepak Shenoy from Capital Mind, from the Capital Mind team. We're going to take you through what we offer, the features and products of Capital Mind Premium. What we get when you subscribe is we have some awesome newsletters. We've got Macronomics and Optionalysis, which are two newsletters that we send on a regular basis, at least once a week or once in 2 weeks, that come across as analysis of the macroeconomic situation, largely using data and charts. And option analysis consists of our posts on the futures and options market, the derivatives markets in India. We also have premium posts that are specific not to options or to macroeconomy, but to something that we have discovered that's special. For instance, we have our own real estate indexes. We have special posts on how not to lose money or to create a portfolio that makes money on the upside but doesn't lose money on the downside, and so on. We also have virtual portfolios, which includes our momentum stock portfolio, which we update on a regular basis. Our MA20 and strat options portfolios, which we include on a regular basis, which trade into options but aren't in the market all the time. Our long-term investing portfolio as well. We have real-time communication for you. I'm going to go through this a little more detail as we go on. Slack channels with the archives of past discussions and a best of Slack that comes into posts that you get in your email every few days. We also have Snap, and we'll cover that extensively, our data visualization platform, which contains a lot of these features, stocks, F&O charts, inside information, a lot more that we'll cover in this presentation as well. Where you're going to go for newsletter emails, we'll send them to you. But for archives of the past, there are more than 560 letters as of January 2016. There'll be even more. You can see all the archives at capitalmind.in/premium. You can see the portfolios of the following links. You can go to the premium site and you'll see all these links as well. MA20 is included in a special page we have for you, where you can see how you can use the MA20 indicator and our system by yourself if you don't want to follow the portfolio that we have. You can also ask at the help desk in Slack. We'll tell you how to go to Slack, but you can ask there about anything that you want in terms of portfolios or past changes. The newsletters actually come to you on your email. This is how they look. We have interesting charts, pretty much every single mail that we send. We also have option portfolios and our MA20 portfolios that come in through these newsletters as well. We have Slack, for which you can go to just this URL on your browser. Slack also has mobile phone applications that can get data. It's sort of like WhatsApp, but it's very specific to Capital Mind, so you'll only get Capital Mind specific discussions. This is what the screen looks like on the web, but the browser is one thing. You have it's a beautiful set of things that you can go to. You can go and see archives, and I'll talk about that on Slack. But you can go in here and type any question. Anything's okay as long as it's relevant to the subjects we talk about. We've got a bunch of channels, and I'll talk about those. You can directly message other participants as well and us. The only thing we do request is don't post in this channel actionable. That's because that's specific to Capital Mind admins, and they're the ones who post there. Some details about it, as I said, only CM admins post at actionable. But to discuss about stocks, go to the stocks channel. There's an options channel for futures and options. There is mutual funds for if you'd like to go passive. Jokes, well, we don't really have jokes, but we like general conversation about different things, like something that doesn't fit into any of the other option or other channels goes into general. There is Forex that involves mostly the rupee and then the pairs with other currencies. Macronomics is where we discuss things that are macro. Help desk is where you don't know where to go, or you need something from Capital Mind, just go in there and ask for help. This is a great channel for that as well. We also have an extensive data platform that's currently going to be expanded on literally a monthly basis, and there's some great features. And let's cover some of those in some detail. So if you go to snap.capitalmind.in, this is what comes up. There's a lot of information here. We're just going to take you through one of the most important parts, which is outliers. This is our own algorithm that has discovered stocks using various techniques. Now, these are largely momentum stocks. We call them stock outliers, but they're largely momentum based outliers. We grade stocks based on a number of parameters. So you see the parameters here. You've got an outlier, which is it is a stock that is broken out. And remember, we're talking about a stock making an all-time high at a time when the markets are at a bottom. So let me just refresh this for you so that it actually looks a little bit better. I think we've got some old data in there. So, okay. So just to give you an idea of what's happening here, we've got a number of stocks. They graded according to the scale of how much momentum we are seeing in those stocks. This is a stock that has seen 8 out of 30. That means 8 days of the last 30. It has actually been in a breakout mode, and now it's actually hit an all-time high today. So even though it's down in the end, it probably hit an all-time high sometime in the day today. So it's a grade 10 outlier. You have a couple of them. You've got grade 3, grade 2, and so on. You can filter this list and say, show me only large caps, show me only mid caps, or just small caps. They will be different. The terminology is that less than 1,000 crores is a small cap. Sorry, less than 10,000 crores is a mid cap, and more than 10,000 crore market cap is a large cap. You've got bullish and bearish. There is information on both kinds of stocks. So sometimes you get a lot more bearish stocks than you do. The kind of positions you get, you've got a breakdown, which is essentially a low that is either a month low, 52-week low, or further than that. 2 days below the lower Bollinger Band gives you a Bollinger Band lower end outlier. You've also got a volume breakdown. So you've got a volume that's greater than 4 times the 20-day moving average of the volumes, and the stock falls down substantially. That's a breakdown on volumes as well. And you've got a bunch of other criteria. This algorithm itself is a little proprietary to what we use, that adds both these factors and the number of days that this particular stock has been in the outlier. You can actually click through the stock and we'll actually show you data on that stock itself. When we do that, essentially what we are doing is to show you, this is an interesting chart that we've built. This chart actually is a regular stock chart, but it's highlighted with colors. This color is actually the MACD bullish or bearish indicator. So it shows you times or periods when the MACD shows it was bullish and the red shows when it was bearish. It's not entirely accurate, but it kind of gives you an idea of trends. You also see the stock as respect to its own 52-week high, its own all-time high. It's currently half of that, a little bit above that at 62 rupees. This Markson's Pharma. You see the moving averages. The stock currently is here and it's below its 20-day, below its 50-day, below its 100-day, below its 200-day. It's really on a downtrend. You can see it visually here. You can see the volumes currently and its 20-day average. You can also see the market cap here. We'll be changing the site to make it even more visual as we go along. Apart from the regular charting features, we've got some more information here. So you see the outlier grade. This stock has been an outlier in the past, but if you kind of spread it out so you can get a bigger idea, it was a bullish outlier in these periods. It was more bullish here. It's seen some bearishness at this point. You can see the outlier history. Now it's the biggest time it's been an outlier since more than about a year now. You can actually see this chart move along. When you look at the shares itself, you can see share how much promoters own. That's and the trend of that promoters ownership. They own about 48% here. Got foreign investors, mutual funds, and the public. This is a sign of where mutual funds have been cutting their exposure to Marksons. Foreign investors apparently have been increasing their exposure, so they're up to 15%, and the retail public as well a little bit lower. You can actually see the big investors that own the stock. This is any investor that owns more than 1% of the stock. I can see remove this and show you only the public investors. That's Mark and Sandra Saldana. They're the promoter couple, and they own 48.25%. Then you also have funds or big investors who are non-promoters who want stake in the stock. So you can see them over here. You just have to click the right button. You can search for it. You can see here, for instance, that there are these three that are currently investors in the stock. These were in the past. So you have AKG Finvest, you've got Alleviate Investment, Barnacle LLC. These are different funds that have invested in this stock. They don't have any ownership today, and the ownership values of these funds, Wasatch, so on, is so much. So that's 61 crore, which is about 2% of the company's market cap, and so on. This is how you can see the stock by itself. You can add notes to the stock. So you can say, well, I'd like to buy this if it fell under, say, 51.35. That's the 52-week low. So I'd say buy under 51. So this is just a way for me to say I want to come back at some point and see what my notes are. So I will actually see this note whenever I come on to Markson's Pharma page. This is specific to me, and it's only available to registered members at Capital Mind Premium. So that's one part of the system, and then you can see there's a bunch of other links over here as well. The charts are very interesting. So we've got Capital Mind charting. We have two different videos on how to use Capital Mind charting. So you've got the Nifty charts and any stocks that can be visited here. We'll connect you to those videos as well. And you've got the futures and options chart, which actually include intraday time frames as well. So this is the Nifty 2-month future. That's not the current month, but the next month future. This is on a 5-minute time frame. You can change the time frame. You can do a lot of the charting tools, use a lot of the charting tools that we already have. Secondly, we've got, apart from the regular charting, we've got our own charts. We talked about MA20 as a portfolio. It's actually based off of an indicator we have for you plotted on a regular basis. This is updated every hour. MA20 itself is simply the number of stocks in the Nifty that are above their 20-day moving averages versus the number of Nifty stocks that are below. Right now it's at minus 39.5, but you can see that this MA20 has actually gone up above plus 30. The system actually takes a trade at these boundaries at plus 30 or minus 30. Right now it's way below minus 30, so the trade is to wait for it to come back up. But you can see how the MA20 has changed along with the Nifty. The MA5 is simply the same thing as the MA20, except it uses the 5-day moving averages. We also have something called the put-call ratio of every stock at different strike prices. So the Nifty right now is at 7,400 odd. You can see the number of puts and the number of calls, and this is the put-call ratio across the option stream. This will include historical put call as well. We have not yet added it on the site, but we can see it in a single visual platform right here. And you could change this to any symbol you like as well. Apart from that, we've got a bunch of other things that we can add here. Group chat takes you to Slack. That is our Slack channel. And if you're interested in any question on investing, just go ahead and ask in the group chat in the Slack channel on any of the channels that you'd like to see. We also have a results calendar for you. This comes in directly from the exchanges. You can see how today is the 15th and we had a bunch of results that came in. You've got a bunch of others on the 21st, for instance. You've got a bunch of stocks giving results and Siemens giving a 10 rupee dividend as well. You can see this for the current month or go move across months and so on. You can also, like you saw the insider trading dashboard for an individual stock, you can actually see insider trading across a number of companies. You've got companies where promoters have increased their stake, companies where promoters have decreased their stake. You've got companies that are highly leveraged where the promoter pledging is very, very high. This is a dashboard. You can see these stocks immediately. You can see stocks where FIIs have increased their stake and FIIs have decrease their stake as well. Click through, you can get to the stock individually and see whether it's in an outlier or not. You can also search. So for instance, if you thought that there was this a person named Jhunjhunwala and we know that he's a big investor, There's just search for everybody named Jinjunwala who has invested in stocks, so you can see where his. We've seen First Source Solutions where he's got a big investment, and this is actually a different person than the Rakesh Jinjunwala you might be seeing here. So you've got to be careful. But you can actually search for them. You've got this being updated on a regular quarterly basis. So it's maybe a quarter old if you look in December, but in the end of January, most of the December quarter earnings would have come in, the shareholding patterns would have come in, so we would have updated it here. Apart from this, you've also got a heat map. This is a very interesting visualization about how you could use the different stock movements and say, okay, Vedanta Limited today was down 8%, whereas Grasim was up 0.12%. You can move it across. You can see this on a daily, a weekly, or even a yearly basis for companies in the Nifty, or even in the Nifty Junior, which is the next 50, that's what they call it now. And you can even look at market cap ranges. So, for instance, I want only the large cap companies in the CNX 500. And that's going to give me a list here, and I can talk about mid cap companies as well, which would give me a different list. So that's different ways to look at this. I could also say give me the heat map for banks today. So this is mid cap banks. I'm just going to go to all here. That gives me Canara Bank, which is the word down the most, and IndusInd Bank, which is actually up on a day that's fairly down, and so on. There's a lot of things we can do with the heat map. We're going to change this as we go along, but a lovely place for you to see things that we've done. Slack, as we've discussed, there's a group chat that we can go to in Slack. You can also go and search for archives. So, well, I think the heat map's kind of gotten itself here as well. Okay, so let me just go and click on Slack archives, and I'm going to just refresh this page because I think the browser's kind of gotten lost a little bit in there. So we're going to search. You can search here. You can see all the channels over here. Some of these are temporary, some of them are not. We've got Infosys, for instance. I want to just search for it because I would like to see what conversations we've had. And if we did that, for instance, you can see that we mentioned Infosys and many times, and I mentioned it here. This was a stock in the past, so we've got a highlighted conversation where we've had Infosys, which was at 52 rupees per share, and this was how it moved. So this is an interesting way to look at conversations, and you can go back in history and see what everybody else talked about as well. Lastly, I guess we could go to dashboard and look at all the new features as well that are coming out. On the top, we've got the 10-year bond yield, the USD INR on a regular basis, updated every 10 minutes. And we've got the top outliers that are being described at all points on the front page. We hope you like that, and that's one of our prime presentations. We're going to go back to where we were now. We also have more. Believe me, Capital Mind Premium is giving you very heavy value for money as well. So you've got our monthly reports that come in monthly and quarterly reports. Spark Plug and the airline reports are monthly reports on specific sectors. One is on auto and one is on airlines. We've got daily data capsules, including bulk deals and a lot more information about what stocks are doing in terms of delivery percentages as well. We've got the quarterly reports in the form of insider buying and selling, that's called insider, and big whales, which is about large investors and how they've been trading particular stocks. Have they been increasing or decreasing exposure to them? Ask in help desk on Slack for past reports. New reports will come to your desktop through your email on a regular basis. We hope you've liked what you've seen. If you're already a subscriber, you probably won't need to, but if you're not, if you could visit us and subscribe. We have a bunch of these things. We have something called Smart Caps as well, which is a crowdsourced list of recommendations from our customers on stocks that they like. Typically happen to be smaller caps, so we wouldn't add them to a virtual portfolio, but we would definitely consider people taking an exposure to them if those stocks meet their expectations. and you'll get all this content in your inbox. And on Slack you can access our proprietary data snap data platform. Look at subscribe if you haven't. If you've been a subscriber, you can look at slash premium for all the things that we have. And I hope this video will help you navigate through all that we have in Capital Mind Premium. If you're lost, ask in help desk on Slack. We look forward to hearing more from you. We hope you liked what you've seen here. Do comment if you think that we need to add something else. Thanks and welcome to Capital Mind Premium.